Welcome back to our Let's Play series of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. This is part 9, if I'm keeping track correctly. Last episode we went and beat the Flexible Sentry and cleared No Man's Wharf. In this episode we are going to continue on and start going through Lost Bastilles. Lost Bastilles is quite a long area, so we probably won't get through this in one episode. But we will try and get through it fairly quickly. I'm thinking maybe 2, maybe 3 episodes. Like I said, it is quite a long area. We're just going to level up. We didn't do that at the end of the last episode. So we're going to get our dex, not our dex, I'm sorry, my endurance up to 20 to match the strength, which should give us a much longer stamina bar, more swings for our weapon. We will also use the Estus shard that we went and got at the beginning of last episode to bring our Estus up to 5+1 if you're following along. So yeah, without further ado, I don't think we got any better weapons or anything just yet. Vengarian Longsword would not be a bad choice, but no, I don't think I'll be using that in this playthrough. I want to try and get my strength up to around the 20-30 mark so that we can start using some great swords. So probably use the Ultra Great Sword to start with. Let's see if we can equip some better armor. That would bring us up to 72, so that's almost. We're getting there. But yeah, without further ado, we will continue on to Lost Bastilles. Like I said, it's a long area. There's a lot of secrets. There's a lot of back and forth and weirdness to it, so it's going to take a couple of episodes. So we've already cleared all the stuff behind us. We are just going to go forward. If you're playing the original version, this would be the place where you would get the second Haiti Knight. Obviously, they are not here in this version. The one in the original version of Dark Souls 2 is the one that would guarantee drop you the Hades Spear. I'm not sure how you get it in Scholars of the First Sin, but he's not there. So get an item back here, don't forget. This is a bit of a tricky, annoying kind of area. You'll notice there are a lot of these elevated platforms with enemies on it, a lot of dogs. Break the platform to knock the enemies that are on it down. Try and get our stamina back up here so that we can take out these dogs. Throw the arrows. Knock the platform down to get the items above. It's an alluring skull. Alluring skulls are used to throw. They will lure some enemies, not all. Some enemies will be lured to where it is. They work basically the same as Dark Souls 1 if you guys have played that. They were useful for killing the big pig, boar, armored pig boss thing. Before we continue that way, we want to come this way quickly. Kill this dog. Continue along. And open this chest. To get another Estus Flash Shard and a large Titanite Shard. Which, again, that should bring us up to 6 Estus plus 1. Not too shabby. If we continue this way, more dogs. Gate here with 2 dogs behind it. But before we proceed that way, I'd say you want to, but you can come this way. Like this. There is an enemy behind one of these. I have to remember where he is. There he is. These mummy-looking guys are very annoying. They're weak, and that is the door. That is basically the shortcut door that we would have gotten the key where we dropped down when we came to Lost Bastille after the Pursuer. I don't remember where it is in the Scholar version, but we will get it eventually. As I was saying, these mummy guys are a bit annoying. They're weak. But what they do is they kind of fall down, throw themselves down, and just randomly explode and do a lot of damage. You want to be careful in this area as well. A lot of these barrels are exploding barrels. We are using a fire sword. Not a good mix. All the darker barrels like so are exploding. So we don't have the key. We don't have a choice. We are going to come over here and pull this to now fight these two dogs. Again, being careful of the barrels. These are all exploding barrels. We'll through them just to be safe. This wall here has a nice big crack in it. It can be broken if you can throw a exploding barrel at it. Luckily, there is one right here. Let's see if this will actually work. Nope, it never works for me on the first try, so we're gonna have to come back and do that. There is a way to come from the other side that personally I find makes it easier to do. That will open a shortcut to a bonfire and give us access to a blacksmith that normally you would need to get much further in to have access. Gold pine resin there. Again, that will add lightning damage to our sword. Not really applicable because we're using a fire sword already. Break these barrels. This guy does throw fire. We don't want to deal with that. We don't want to deal with the explosions. I don't want to hit the barrels by accident either. We're just going to break these barrels. And this guy is starting to get very angry. Use a potion here. So this is the second place you will encounter Lucatiel. So you want to open this chest and get the item inside, which is the antiquated key, which is that shortcut key that I was talking about. So go through her dialogue options. She will give you an item, which I missed because I was mashing A.
I was written, life was past, and then I... Have you heard an unkind one? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So her I'm sorry is her cue that her dialogue is over. This door does not open from that side. However, if you have, there's exploding barrels right there. If you have, and I hope I do, but I probably don't. Of course I don't. Let's see, I might still have some fire arrows, which will do the job. I do. So what you want to do is come to over here, equip anything that is going to be fire damage, and just blow that out. Before we continue that way, we're going to break this, and we didn't actually need to. Not fall off would be a good idea. Come up here on the ledge, take this slow, because if you fall, you are basically dead, and go up this ladder. Come up here and get the item. It's a large titanite shard. You can just fall down. You'll take a bit of fall damage. But now this door will open because we blew up the barrels that were blocking it on the other side. And here is an enemy. Dispatch him as quickly as you can. One hit there. We'll just heal just to be safe. And you guys should recognize this. This is that bonfire that we came to from behind the pursuer in Forest of Fallen Giants. We can go in here and do this section quickly. You'll see there are dogs down there, and there is a guy with a crossbow. If you want a little tip, all the barrels down there are exploding. That took care of the two dogs that were there. This is also an exploding barrel. There you go. We just took care of everything. You can now drop down and open the door, and you should recognize this area. We've already cleared this out, but just showing you guys where this is and how to get there from another way. Going back up, might actually go rest at a bonfire and try to open that shortcut. So back through here. The actual way to progress is this way. I don't think we want to go that way just yet. I think I'm going to go use the antiquated key, show you guys what's that way, the shortcut to bypass this area's boss. The boss is a very annoying boss. It's probably one of my least favorite of the entire game. And then might wrap this episode up there. Next episode, I think I will, maybe this episode, maybe next, we'll see how quick we get through everything. And the pursuer will spawn again here, by the way. You can just run past him. We don't really want to fight him again. You don't get anything for fighting him these times where he reappears anyway. Watch out in here. There are a lot of dogs. Want to kill those dogs as quickly as you can. Nothing back here. And an enemy falls down from above. This is another stone into a well. We'll be doing that in a second. A little bit more annoying. There is a door here. There's a ladder to get into the same room at the back. Nothing behind that. So you want to, again, hit the rock, wait for it. Hopefully we don't die here. And it is 3 of those annoying mummy exploding guys. Actually got them all. And you get the full Wanderer set. The way I prefer to do this area is to come up this way. It all comes out to the same, really, but get a backstab on the side up here. If you come through the door, there's an enemy down there, and then there's 2 archers up here, so this is just the way I prefer to do it. Being careful, again, because these are all exploding barrels. Took a hit there that I shouldn't have, but I think if I would have swung, I would have ended up getting the exploding barrel. You will want to actually fall down here. And I just noticed there's an item on the enemy we killed up there. And the second in there, that's what I meant. You're using a fire sword. You want to be careful with these exploding barrels that are everywhere throughout this level. Come up this way. There's an item up here. It gives us a little bit of a sneak peek of the room we're going to in a minute. Drop down over here, technically, to go into the next area, but we're just going to quickly loop around. It's probably junk, but I do like to pick everything up that drops, so go back up the ladder and go get the item we missed. And of course it was a life gem, completely useless, but hey. We are going through these life gems. I just kind of prefer using life gems over my Estus. I don't know, personal preference. In here, there will be a lot of chests. A chest right here. You want to watch out. There's an enemy up there on the ceiling. You get a bone staff. It's that same enemy we had in No Man's Wharf. They're fast, but they're not that hard. There are 2 more chests over here. Parrying dagger, which, like it says, is good if to use instead of a shield for parrying. And a twin blade, which is basically just a not a staff, like a halberd or something. You want to use a lockstone here to open a few things. There's a door over there. There's a door over here that we did not see. And this is going to be the shortcut. We're going to go up that just to show you guys, to get some dust curb in there. Go and open this over here to get yet another chest. And get ourselves another soul vessel. There's a ladder up there that will loop us back around to where we were. I can show you guys quick. I won't drop down. But yeah, here you go. You are in Don't remember exactly where this brings us, but it does just loop back around to where we were. So we're not going to be going that way. I'm going to show you guys the shortcut. Yeah, here you go. This would drop down to the area. Let's see if I can actually show you. Going up those stairs back there, if you can kind of see, is going to be where Lucatiel was and towards the other bonfire. It's just another way to get through the level. That is not the shortcut, however, so what we want to do is, if you guys want to actually skip the boss of this area, we're going to be doing it. It's going to be in the next area, but you want to come and use this. It's a cage, but it is actually an elevator. Go up. You'll notice somewhere around here, there's an item there. It is gettable. We won't be getting it because you will take a lot of damage, and I don't have the cat ring. Cat ring is a ring that reduces fall damage, and the item is really not worth it, and it's just basically a guaranteed death, really. So coming through here, you have to be careful. There's a lot of these mummy guys. Careful not to hit the exploding barrels that were behind me. Open this. And this basically shortcuts you so you can go to Sinner's Rise, which is another later area. We will be doing it, but it's not an area we're going to be doing right now. I like to do this way. You guys can do it however you want. I like to just pick a couple of these guys off to make this easier. Again, these guys are weak, but they do a lot of damage if you let them do their drop attack, which is basically their only real attack. If you've got a bow and arrow, you should by now. Simple arrows. It'll kill them. We do have a bunch of fragrant branches. We're going to use one now. Unpetrify. This one is an NPC, so do not attack him. And then just wait for him. He will move out of the way so you can get to that bonfire. But this is strayed. I'm strayed. And the interesting thing with this NPC is this is the first NPC where you can trade your boss souls to get boss weapons or items or spells from. So you can see I can trade the Pursuer soul to get the Pursuer's Great Shield. I can trade the Pursuer soul to get the Pursuer's Ultra Great Sword. It does actually have decent scaling on strength. If we can get 30 strength, we might actually use this. The Dragon Rider's Great Shield, 35 strength. And then the Soul of the Flexible Sentry will get us his swords. The Last Giant's Soul will get us his axe. We can also get the Barbed Club for the Flexible Sentry Soul. Dragon Rider's Soul gets us a lance and or a halberd and or a bow. Keep in mind, for one playthrough, you get one of the boss souls. You can only trade the boss soul once because you only have one copy of it. Yes. So you can go ahead and light this bonfire. And I think we'll actually just wrap this episode up right here. We'll go back to town, get a level, and then we'll just call it an episode. Next episode, we will try and open the shortcut to the other bonfire and get the other blacksmith, and then we'll see how it goes, but possibly try and just wrap up the area by killing the actual boss.
Is that a shot? Here, Tisila. However,
we did get a shard, so we'll give that to her and get up to 6 Estus plus 1 if I'm not mistaken. And then we want to also level up. We'll check, we probably have enough soul items as well. So I said we want to start putting points into strength, so we might as well do that now. Get our strength up to 22. Do we have any soul items? Yes, but I don't think that'll get us another level. I don't think that'll be enough for another level, but we'll have a quick look.
there, seek, lest.
That is actually enough for another level, maybe even 2. So let's just drop 2 more points into strength. Try and build up to that 28 so we can start using a great sword. So yeah, there we go, episode 9. I believe 9 wrapped up, and Lost Bastilles half done. I'd say about half done. So join us again next episode. We'll try and wrap up Lost Bastille.